All right, testing out my vlogging setup right now. Might need a little bit more light in here though. So it's July 29th. Game Jam is tomorrow. We learn the topic at 1 p.m. I'm literally doing some like quick edits. I'm listening to some music. It's 8 o'clock right now. I'm probably going to try to get in bed in like an hour just because I know tomorrow I'm gonna stay up late. I'm probably gonna be up later than I have been in months. And just kind of preparing for that, because in that first day, I think I really want to have a solid idea of the type of game I want to make. And then day 2 and 3, I want to finish it. I misspoke in my first video. It's not 5 days, it's 4 days. So 2 of those days, I want to knock out like 80% of what I'm trying to build. And once again, it's my first game jam, so I'm not trying to do anything crazy. I'm just trying to get to the finish line, and I want people to play my game. And that's literally the only 2 goals that I have, and to be judged is definitely part of it. One thing someone commented, they said to make a trailer. That's gonna be burning in the back of my head when I think about uploading my game. I would like to do a trailer, and I did see some trailers from other people's game jams, and it's just like a small gameplay with some like sharp cuts or like just some moments that like are impactful in your game. Like to put all that in there in a video, like a 10-second, 20-second video, like anything to make your game stand out just a little bit to not only the judges, but other people that are entered into the game jam. How do I feel? I feel nervous. Feel nervous I won't complete it, because people do enter game jams all the time and don't make it to the finish line. I don't want that to happen. I'm gonna do anything to not allow that to happen. If I gotta stay up 5 hours, I'll do it just to make sure that does not happen. I just requested off for Friday, so hopefully I can get some time off of work to compete in this. and life. I have a lot of life things going on right now, like work stuff, personal business stuff. I just have a lot of stuff going on right now, and like adding this, it excites me because I'm like, ooh, what more can I do? What more can I do? And like, it's kind of like being in the gym. Like I've been in the gym pretty frequently for the last like 2 or 3 years now, and you push yourself to the limit on purpose because you want to see how hard you can go. You want to see what your limit is. Creatively, this is gonna be pushing me to my limit. I've never worked this hard on anything creative in a long time. So I'm excited for that because I know I'm gonna come out on the other end knowing more about myself and the project and projects that I wanna do moving forward. We are ready to go. So tomorrow I will vlog me looking at the topic for the first time, me taking notes, what I'm gonna do, and us starting our game for the game jam. All right, it is day 1 of the GMTK game jam. Got the topic while I was at work, and I literally just like watched it on a YouTube video, but it was kind of helpful because I immediately just opened up like my notes app and started just writing everything, but we'll get to that. But I had to show, my wife got me a game jam bag. What'd you call it, Nina? A game jam bag? This was love. This was love. I literally slightly mentioned cheese sticks to her. She got me some cheese sticks. She got me a notebook. Like I literally just said, that was the first thing I did was start taking notes. Got me chocolate chip cookies. Still debating on who's gonna cook those. She got me foot masks, more cookies, some granola bars. All right, now getting into the theme for this year. I will say when I first seen it, I was immediately stumped. Go ahead and show it. It is loop. And I loved in the video, they actually was like, loop is really up to your interpretation of what that is. And it was funny because a lot of the comments was talking about just gameplay loop. Like gameplay loop is in every game. So immediately I was like, dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Within like 5 minutes, that's when I opened my notes app. I put in a roller coaster attendee. So like the person that like waits for people to get on the roller coaster and then you press the button to make it go. And then I thought about loop as in necklaces, where I was like, oh, what if it's like, you know, you're in some shop and you're selling necklaces and like there's like enchanted ones and ones with powers and all that stuff. And I was like, loop, dreams, sleep, repeating that over and over again. And that's when I got the idea of what I'm gonna basically do. Still debatable on the name, but every day the player is gonna make the decision to either go to work or skip work. And depending on your decision, an event will happen. I feel like that's simple enough for me to code. From an art standpoint, I feel like I can get a lot more creative because it's not going to be a lot of scenes I'm going to have to build or make. And the losing conditions is going to be, this is all debatable right now, but this is, once again, this is day one. It's going to be, you either get stressed out from working too much, you can get fired. So there's a few losing conditions. So the only win is just keep doing it. If you can just stay up or stay alive, I guess, for as long as you can, it's just going to be a counter like day 5, day 6, and it's just going to keep going up and up and up and up and up. And if you, as soon as you lose, like, that's your new high score. It's 7 o'clock right now. I'm probably going to work 3 hours and then I'm going to go to bed because tomorrow I have a pretty long day. I am using Godot for my project, just because Godot is what I'm currently working on a demo with. So no reason for me to switch to like another game development program right now. One thing I did see last night that kind of, I ain't gonna say got me salty, but had me second guessing it, was they said basically games that can be played in the browser get more plays. I was like, that's probably very true. Am I doing this to get plays? Sure, but am I doing this as a portfolio piece, to get better, to finally finish a project? It all outweighed me having to focus on a platform that I can do a browser game versus, hey, if you got to download a small file to play my game, it's not a big deal. So I will be recording at some point tomorrow night. It's going to be super late, so I will be exhausted. But like I said, a couple hours today, I have my idea. I'm going to try to knock out those basic mechanics of either go to work or skip work. And that's going to be your only 2 decisions as a player. And we're just going to go from there. So see you on the next day. All right. Day 2 of the GMTK game jam. It's 10 o'clock right now. I did have time to work on the project a little bit this morning. And was actually able to get a lot done within a few hours. I'm actually going to show what I have so far, but just wanted to just talk through my thoughts so far. First of all, I mean, Godot is just a good program. It's so easy to understand, and there's so many tutorials and forums. And once you're using it, I've been using Godot for about 4 months. About 4 months now. It makes sense now. Like I understand how to use the program now, and now I can give tips and different things in the Reddit. The Godot Reddit is goated, by the way. Like, you see some really crazy stuff in there. One thing I am worried about going into the end of day 2 is I have no art or UI done. That is concerning to me. I have no work tomorrow. So this is literally going to be the only thing I work on all day tomorrow. So then by Saturday, the hope is that my game is close to done, if not done by Saturday. That is my goal. So that way Sunday morning is when I can finalize everything and turn it in. I don't want this to go to the finish line, but right now it's feeling like by Sunday morning I'm gonna be pushing through. But so switching over to my computer, yesterday probably spent 3 hours finishing my prototype. The game is going to be called Wake Up, and the topic is loop. So my whole thought was we are in a loop from going from work back home, and then you got your weekend, and then you're right back in the loop. So every day you make the decision of go to work, skip work. Also, you can ask for vacation, and you get some sort of stress reliever. Oh, actually, before I preview it, how I have it built as well. Basically just a few containers. I'm trying to keep it all in one scene. Day survived 0. How was your weekend? This is a randomly generated start text. Like I said, in the right corner, it will be keeping track of the days. It is Monday. You've survived 0 days, so you can choose between go to work or skip work. This is your stress bar. I should actually add a label to the top that says stress. So it will be super easy to just add a child label and it's already there. See, shout out Godot. Such a easy program. So I'm going to choose to go to work. So you get a pop-up, and every time you click go to work or don't work, you're gonna have to make a decision off of the pop-up. So Karen walked up to you and overshared at work. You can choose to interrupt her and walk away, sit here and listen. I'm gonna interrupt her. Hey, Karen, hold on. So you get a stress change. I do have my debug giving me everything. As you can see, the little emojis. Shout out to ChatGPT. It uses emojis at any time, and I don't change it. That's its personality. There's only 2 lose scenarios right now. That is if you skip work 5 times in a row. And I could just show you one of these. Your friend invited you to an all-day gaming session. Join them, stay in and clean, ignore them and nap. I still want there to be chances that your stress increases even if you skip work, because that can happen. If you ask for vacation and you don't have any days, you get a pop-up. You told your boss you were sick. They saw you at the mall. Lie harder, double down, admit it, and say you needed a break. We're gonna lie. Once you get past a certain stress level, you will get these relief actions. These are very, very randomized in text, but they only unlock at certain limits. So I'm going to pause and inhale. That's going to reduce my stress. So we're going to skip work again, skip work again. I'm going to show the first losing. Oh, I just missed it. So if you skip work 5 times, you're fired. You're out of here. This will not be said anywhere. It's going to just be for people to learn when they play. You go to your job so hard, they held a funeral for your desk. So you can either start over, and then this is a randomized exit button that just exits you out of the game. So a strong exit, bold. So you can just hit start over. It resets all of your stats. And I don't know if you guys seen at the top, but once you start after 1 day survived, it will show your last loop lasted. So we hit 100% stress. Your mind has left the chat. Stress meter obliterated. So that is the other losing scenario. So let's go ahead and show you what it's like to get a vacation day. So you have to work 7 days. You can do 1, 2, 3, skip work, but it doesn't count as a work day. So then you got to go back to work. Okay, that's 4. So it's not consecutive. It's just whenever 7 gets hit for go to work. Using this vacation day helps you get a higher score. So using this, all it does is give a randomly generated reduce in stress and gives you 1 more day. Right now, I think the biggest critique I have is there's just no balance so far. Like some of these decisions, like I was just doing it just so I could quickly test working and different things. So like fix it yourself. The printer jammed right before you presented, fix it yourself, plus 4% stress. But then skip work, friend enjoys you all day, stay in and clean, -3. So like you see, there's a lot of balance that has to go here because I want people to lose. I want there to be a lot of satisfaction in how far you can last in this loop. So that is going to be, I think, the mission the rest of tonight. But overall, I'm feeling really good. I don't see me not being able to finish it. As you can see, I mean, the game is done. With that art, though, I'm gonna have to add, you know, some sort of animations and different things, which I haven't done a ton in Godot. So I'm kind of nervous about that. But it's not going to be a ton of assets. Like it's going to be the room. I'm going to have somebody laying in the bed. And then I may add some character customization. I don't know yet. So if I can't get it done tomorrow, I still have Saturday. Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. So, hey, I'll check back in. Day 3. All right. Day 3 of the GMTK game jam. This one will probably be one of the longer vlogs because I'll be leaving the house. I am getting together my iPad, my notebook. I'm gonna bring the camera with me as well. I'm gonna go to a coffee shop down the street, and I am going to draw 95% of what I'm going to need for my art. And then we're gonna come back. I'm going to share just some of my thoughts with the art and the color choices and different things. And hopefully we can get a really, really good point of completion today. That is the goal. Like I said, I don't have work today. My work today is finishing my game. So I will check back in a little bit. So they were closed, so I gotta find another coffee shop. It feels so good outside right now. It's been crazy hot the last like 2 weeks, so definitely a good time to be outside. All right, I drew for like 2 or 3 hours. I need a break. But it was good. I got a nice breakfast sandwich. I got a vanilla latte. So I'm energized, but I was just drawing for too long. So I'm gonna head back and finish. I have 2 more assets to make, 3, and then I'm good. So we just got our patio together. So I think I'm gonna work out here. It has been so nice today, especially since it's been like in the 90s the last like 2 weeks. So I think I'm gonna chill out here. All right, just to quickly show my notes, I kind of just went down a list of just all the assets, and you can see like I've like crossed off stuff and you know, made decisions on what I still needed and what I didn't need. So the last thing I need to do is the bed. I need to do Wes sleeping. My wife had a good idea to put Wes on the end of the bed. And then I need the logo still, which I am going to make on my computer. And then I need a picture frame because you will be able to select multiple characters. All right, we are back inside. It got really hot, not gonna lie, but my iPad died and my camera died. So as of right now, I am about 8 hours into this project. About 3 hours the first day, about 2 hours last night and yesterday. More like 4 hours yesterday. So that's about 6 in 2 days. Today I'm at about 3 right now. So about 9 or 10 hours into this project right now. And I feel like I'm at a good spot. I feel like I have a lot of art assets that I did not think I was going to do. So learning how to code all those in, that's probably gonna be the rest of my day today, which is not bad. It's literally it's not even 2 o'clock yet. I probably would say I have a good 8 hours left today to grind this out. I'm almost there. I'm at the finish line getting all the art. And then tomorrow I can then focus on tweaking the art and adding sounds to kind of put the stamp on it. So right now I am working on the logo until my iPad finishes charging. Game is called Wake Up. I am loving the yellow with the orange highlight around it. This font is called Zero, which is fire. Like, this font is really, really cool. The only thing is it doesn't have any symbols. I was gonna do an exclamation mark, but that just looks weird. Get the logo ready to start making the start menu for the game. And then I'm definitely going to check my iPad to see if I can start pushing assets to my computers. We're almost there. I'm feeling good. I've been hydrating, drinking water. Hey man, let's keep going. All right, it is now 4 o'clock. I put another 2 hours in finishing up the assets. I think I'm good. If I have to do any more assets, I'm probably gonna remove a feature or something. Like I said, I have over 32 assets in this folder. Don't know if all 32 assets will be used at this moment, but I want to, and all of them make sense. All of them were things that I noted. I didn't do any, I did a few things more than what I had noted. It didn't take me long to do, but all hand drawn, all in that doodle art style. Some ideas that I threw in there that I think could be cool and make it a little bit more interactive. Once again, just depending on how much time I have. So I think it's gonna be a lot of like transparency and moving are probably gonna be the main two things I need to do with these assets. It's not gonna be crazy. Once again, it's just a point and click game, so I shouldn't have to do much. It is 8:23 p.m. Starting to wear out a little bit. Just because I literally had to make 30 art assets, like my brain is tired. Because now I have to code all that stuff in, which hasn't been terrible so far. I think the part that I hate the most is just Godot's UI mechanics are just not easy. So making sure the anchors are right and the positioning, whatever. One thing I did realize is I'm not good at like full screen mode, windowed mode. I'm not going to worry too much about it for this game jam, but that's something I'm definitely going to look into for the demo that I'm working on, because I would like to get those in. I would like to get that all locked in. I'm pretty happy with this. This is definitely where the text is most likely going to be at, and the buttons. The room is going to be the hardest part, and then I'm going to show there's going to be a few animations that has to happen every single day. So I'm gonna see how much I can get done today. That is the goal right now. Oh man, 12:30. I am definitely the most tired I've been this entire game jam. But I'm at a really good spot. I'm at a spot now where I could stop and just clean up the UI and call it a day. I could spend all of my Saturday just cleaning up the UI. But there's one more feature I want to add, technically two more features I want to add, and I don't know if I'm going to have time to do it. So I've added where the player now can select either the boy looking robot or the girl looking robot. So I'm gonna go ahead and select the boy one. It shows him sleeping. So we're gonna go ahead and skip work today. And I have a walk, but you see it goes behind West. I don't know why though. But I love the way it looks though. I think it looks really good. So spamming like glitches it up. So that's something we're gonna have to look at. But yeah, it's midnight. I've been working on this pretty long today. This is just a big art day, just getting all of the assets in there. I haven't even started on any of the font, none of the button styles or anything, which I think I'm just gonna go basic with those. I'm not gonna do anything crazy, but I think I have like another hour in me. Not even, probably. I'm gonna see why they keep going behind West like that. As you can see, the window, you can see the background. I want to do a day and night cycle. I don't know. I'm terrified in what that would look like. I don't think I have the capacity to do it. We'll see. I just don't want to be in the position where I'm rushing to get this done. That's what I'm trying to avoid right now. We are on the last stretch of the game jam. Hold on, I'm loading up the page right now. We have 1 day and 2 hours left to go. My goal is to basically finish my game today, and then in the morning kind of flesh out any last things, but also wanting to create the page for it. So hoping to do all that today, hoping to do like the cover photo, some screenshots. So there's a lot that needs to be done today, but the last thing that I am stuck on is the day and night cycle. But I think that's only going to take me probably about an hour. So if I can knock that out in about an hour and then just work on UI and sound. I also want to do a trailer for it. So I'm hoping in the morning, if I have time to, if I wake up early enough, or if I have time today to kind of put together just a short little trailer for it. So almost there. I woke up pretty early today to just get some errands done. So like I said, I'm probably going to be working on this the next, it's 10 a.m. right now. So I'm probably going to be working on this the next at least 4 or 5 hours just to see where I'm at so far. I really want to get to UI and sound because that's just the last thing this game is lacking. And then I feel like it will look very, very complete. So later today, I will record my screen just to show it just a little bit better on everything that I've worked on and the day and night cycle. So almost there. Almost there. All right, I officially have about 24 hours to go left. I feel okay right now. I think I'll feel better once I finish a lot of the sounds in the game. Just because I just, there's a lot of sounds I want to do, but all of them are not necessary. It's just going to be setting it up. This is only my second time ever setting up sounds in Godot, so I'm going to have to learn that really quick. Like literally in the next like 2 or 3 hours, I need to have most of the sounds done in the game. That means all of the clicks and the background sound. So yeah, this was just a quick check-in. It's 1:18 right now, and as soon as I looked at the clock, I was like, dang, by this time tomorrow my game will have to be turned in. So once again, I'm trying to get as much as I possibly can done today. The pressure is getting there right now. So come on, man, let's go. All right, we're at a really good place right now, man. A lot of what I still have to do is a lot of the buttons and text. I haven't really chose a font yet, and as you can hear, there is music. I can go ahead and turn that down and mute. So I have my options buttons done, same with like sound effects and stuff. I have added button sounds. Button sounds are good to go. I've also added some voice sounds in here. That is me. I added Wes growl when he isn't happy. Oh, and we got some rain. This is something I just added in. There's a random chance that it will start raining. If you look at this window, I put in a lot of freaking effort on the day and night cycles. So we get different clouds, we get a sun, and like I said, we also get a day and night cycle, which is super cool. Because this is like the only thing that's really like moving around and interactive. As you can see, we got clouds, rain, and a day and night cycle. So that was pretty cool. And then if he growls and smile, you can't click him. You can only click him once. Malik invited you to co-stream a game. Fake tech issues cancel. So if I skip work on a Monday, let's see. You almost clean your inbox. Let's go. You got rain at night. Skip work again. Your boss drew a name from a hat. Guess who? You're fired. And we got fired on a Wednesday. So like something like that is pretty cool. Last loop lasted. Last loop lasted. I don't like that. We're good on music. Shout out Kevin MacLeod. We are almost there. I can see the finish line now. The only thing I am worried about is I do want to get good screenshots. I haven't done any of my starting sequence yet, which I can show that. But like there's going to be another starting screen before you get to the point of choosing which avatar you want. So I click the girl bot. The avatar is set in place. Like we're good to go after that. The only thing is you can't reset it. I'm not that worried about that. Oh, it's 10:30. I learned a valuable lesson about backing up files. Thank goodness I was using ChatGPT the last like hour or so. Last 2 hours. So I was able to just go back through my conversation and pull out the codes. If I didn't have that, I was screwed. I did lose all of my UI. So I'm kind of back to the basics. which isn't a bad thing because I didn't love how my UI looked as far as the buttons and font go. So that is probably going to be the last thing that I do. I have to get this uploaded. I want to do a trailer. I haven't done any assets or graphics or anything, so I kind of want to work on that tonight. Just get everything uploaded, get it ready to go, and then in the morning, if I feel like I can update it or change it, I will. But as of now, I don't have that in me. I will probably do another update at some point later tonight, especially once I get the goal is to get my itch.io page up and just submit it with what I have, and then tomorrow I'm pretty sure you can update your submission as long as it's before the submission time. So I'm going to test that theory most likely tomorrow once I do have the graphics up and the trailer done, which the trailer is going to be short. The trailer is going to be like 15-20 seconds. It's going to be nothing crazy. So this is wild. This is wild. I was just telling my wife, I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to put in words what this was like to go through this, because I've learned that much. Man, I'm gonna keep going. I'm done. I'm almost done. I'm tired. I'm gonna sleep like a baby tomorrow. So man, talk soon. It's 12:30. I think I have like an hour left of energy in me, but I am determined to now submit. So one of the things you do need, cover images used whenever itch.io wants to link to your project, required minimum 315, recommended 630 by 500. I do have the bedroom file that was used in the game. My idea is not working out how I was thinking. That looks really cool. Did they say JPEG or PNG? It doesn't say. Almost there. I think this is gonna be it for me. I mean, this is technically day 4. I'm gonna record tomorrow once it's all uploaded. I want to collect my thoughts. And be able to actually speak on what it's like to go through a game jam. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna sleep. I'll be back tomorrow. All right, just kidding. I wanted to just record the satisfaction of actually getting West as the logo on the file is actually really fire. Moment of truth. exe file. Upload at 1 a.m. like on the dot. It's literally 12:59. Gosh. Okay. Like I said, next day, I'm gonna give my true thoughts about this whole experience and everything I've learned, but I'm so tired. Alright, so everything is officially uploaded. I'm in the Discord and it is going bonkers. Because it was getting close to hitting 10K. It's at 9,800 submissions, which is still off. I thought that from the beginning that there was no way it was going to be 30,000 submissions in here, but almost 10,000 people are competing in this is actually insane. And like I said, this Discord is crazy. Like, shout out the guy who made this. His name is Mark Brown. Shout out to him. Like, this is just a really cool idea. And getting on TikTok, like, you see there's like game developers in here, there's big teams that are entering into this, where it's like, that sucks. But like at the same side, like, to be on those teams, or you know what I mean, to participate in something like that, like, you gotta have a portfolio. You gotta have something that people are like, oh, okay, like we could probably do something together. And that's kind of where I went into. That's how I ended it, because once I did submit it, I was like, having a team would be kind of fun, because then, you know, you could just lean more into your strengths. I didn't really know what my strength was going into this, so now I have a better idea of what it is. So like I said, tomorrow I'm going to record more of my thoughts, just give a recap on going through my first game jam, and that is it for this man, my first game jam. This is the end of the GMTK game jam. I've been telling people this is by far one of the craziest things I've done. Not in the sense of like risk or like, you know, I felt like I was going to pass out because I was up too late. Like just in the sense of just building a video game, for one, and for two, doing it in such a short amount of time. Like you learn so much so fast, making MP3 files into OGG files, and there were so many small things I had to encounter to learn, and I did it in 15-20 hours. And like you start to get a good feel of how long things take. Like I made it to the end, and like that image at the top, it's like a piece of paper. I just felt like, oh, I could easily do this in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Like I had to have a good idea of how long different things took because I was against the clock. And when you think about, large game developments, like it's that on a way bigger scale. Like I'm thinking about a game that gives, a year, like, I don't know, Cyberpunk is a good example where they gave several dates, and imagining what people were doing the last month, like the building was probably literally on fire. People probably was not sleeping. People were working way more hours than they were supposed to, because that's someone's portfolio, that's someone's livelihood. It means something, and that's where doing this, it meant something to me, at least, because for one, I wanted to say that I did it. I've done a game jam. That's something now I can add into my portfolio. But for two, I felt like I needed that crunch time to truly understand what I didn't know, or what was my true strength that I can lean on. And in this game, I would definitely say the writing. I mean, it was several lines that I wrote, and then the art. All of the art is as original as it can get outside of the buttons, which that's something I'm about to learn for a demo that I'm working on. But outside of that, though, I was like, dang, I don't know anything about 3D outside of what I've done with Zomboid. There was people that made tutorials. I've never really made a tutorial before. There's just a lot of small things. I was like, dang, I have a long way to go. And I just recently had a good conversation with another game developer, and he basically said, like, at the end of a game jam, you'll really think about, is this something you want to do in the future? Like, is this something you want to get better at? Because a game jam is a very good sign of how far behind you are and how much work this stuff takes. It shows you all of that in a very short amount of time. So a game, 10 times the size of what I made, I don't even know what that would look like. But seeing other people's games and seeing they use 3D assets, or they had better storytelling, they had combat mechanics and driving mechanics and flying mechanics, like things that like I've never even experienced what that even is like. Looking through my game now, there were so many things I wish I would have been able to add. Like I wanted to add like a random chat bubble and a dream bubble that could pop up randomly, and maybe he walks in the other direction in the room instead of just walking in the same direction. Like there were so many things I wanted to add where I had to just get rid of it, because it was like, I'm not gonna spend the time, for one, figuring out how to do it, and for two, implementing it in a way that I like. Anyone thinking about doing a game jam, anyone thinking about their game jam experience in this one, keep it simple. Literally the best games that I played in this game jam had one or two core mechanics, and the rest was just art. And that's where I think I went too overboard, because I had weather, I had the decision-making tree. I had multiple lose scenarios, had character selection. Like, I just added so many things that like I could have just spent more time on, I don't know, the art, or, you know, I don't know, thinking through the mechanics a little bit. Like, would I have changed anything now? No, because this game is the highest amount of skill that I have right now. The demo that I'm working on, it's funny because it has a lot of very, very similar mechanics that my Game Jam game has, but it made me think, I need to completely dumb it down. Like, I feel like that's one of the biggest lessons I did get from the Game Jam, is you don't need everything now. You don't need every single mechanic right now to make it, for one, fun, but for two, playable. And that's what I learned very quickly when I was making my game. Like, it was playable day one. I made a prototype within 3 or 4 hours. It was a simple go to work, don't go to work decision tree. That was it. And I was like, oh, it'd be cool if you could select your character. And how do you keep track of going to work and don't go to work? And, oh, we should add a vacation button. Like, it spiraled so much. And when I turned it in at the end, for one, I stayed up so late the night before, so late, because I was trying to add in things that just didn't, it's not that impactful, because you realize very quickly in a game jam, people are spending 10 minutes with your game, 15 minutes with your game at most. Do I think I'm going to have like one of the best games in here? No. It's over 9,000 games that were submitted. I think it's more of a personal project. It's something that I've added to. I think this is definitely a portfolio ad for me, to say that I competed, to say that I went against the timeline, to say that I did my own art, my own code. I did it solo. I didn't use a team. Like, I think there's just a lot of things, good things that came out of this. That's more than me getting a highly rated game. And I think that's the last thing, is joining a game jam, you actually get real feedback. This is the most feedback I have ever gotten on any type of art project. Like, because you like, if you put out art or you put out a project, you're rarely gonna hear constructive feedback. It's so valuable. And once again, I feel like people aren't scared to give good feedback in the game jam, because they know that. They know I'm not gonna update it. They know I'm not gonna change it. Like, so why not give constructive feedback and just keep it moving? We're probably, the people that comment on my project or review it are probably never going to play the game again. So like, I think that's just another thought. What are you trying to get out of this game jam? And I think that was, for one, I wanted to meet people. I wanted to get more ideas. I also wanted to know what I don't know. I also wanted to learn what I can apply to the demo that I'm working on to release the end of August. Yo, it is August 8th. It is officially 5 days after the GMTK game jam. Basically, they sent out an email today saying the voting has ended. They did not do a vote of like official judges or, you know, top game of the contest. Everything was peer voted. So every person who entered got to vote on what the best games were. And this is important because it showed you a lot about marketing. People were DMing people were mass messaging, people were flooding the Discord. Like, there was a lot of people that were putting in a lot of work to get those reviews. And if you are my age, you know, review for review, like for like, comment for comment, you know that stuff doesn't truly work. So to me, I felt like a lot of the games that did win were people who already had decent followings or some sort of footing in the gaming, coding, developing space, because they had people who were organically pushing it to the top, but people were also seeing it be recommended to them. Taught me a lot. It taught me a lot because I did not put that much effort into putting my game out there. I honestly didn't know what the judging process would look like. This is my first ever game jam, so I didn't know it would be how organic it is. So I probably would have put my game out there a little bit more to tell people, hey, go vote for my game. Or if you're in the GMTK jam, like, check out my game if you like life simulations and stuff like that. So lesson learned, but this will be a live reaction on what we got for our entries, and I'll just talk through how I felt through all of this so far. The competition ended August 3rd. I'm just now recovering. Like, I'm just now like, okay, what can I focus on? First, in creativity, I mean, look at this, guys. I mean, this looks very high level stuff. The page is clean. Tons of comments. Once again, organically doing well. I felt like one of the things I know, like just in these creativity things, like if you click on these people's profile, like this one had a few people that were involved with it. That's another thing too. I feel like if you go in as a team, your odds are a little bit higher because you have that person's fan base and then that person's fan base. Like if I was to do another game jam, I want to join with some like established coders because I want my game or whatever I'm working on to feed into whatever they've been doing. So it looks like this is a small studio. So it looks like they have experience making games. So look, once again, huge credit for that, man. I didn't see none of these. So the fact that they were organically able to rank so high in one category versus the others is very impressive. Colin Quest, did he do his own? Oh, that's really cool. I love that. GIF graphics don't help you much. Like this has nothing, and this got third in enjoyment. Shadows of the past. Your past actions loop every day. Gather resources, choose your talent, build up your forces. Wow. What is Project 2021? I gave myself a challenge: 12 games, 12 months, 1 story. While that project has been completed, I'm continuing to create games canon to that universe. That is dope. Narrative. Don't recognize any of these. So artwork, number 1, ritual. I'm already telling by the thing. See, like somebody like this. Look at that. No way. Dead Rock Games. Okay, yeah, they are a studio. It could be one person. It could be one person, but whoa. Then we got audio was the last one. Dang, this game ranked high in a lot of categories. So like something like this is probably just an overall just banger. Look at the art. Oh my goodness. All right, here it is. So I had 12 ratings. That is, like I said, for someone who really didn't put their game out there like how I suspect the other people did. 12 ratings to me is very exciting. That's so cool. I got 316. What? So that is by far my highest thing. Once again, this is out of 9,653 entries. I got top 3,000 in artwork and enjoyment, top 4,000 in creativity and audio. Going into this, I did not think narrative was going to be my highest score and my highest ranking. That is cool. That is cool because this was a narrative type game. This game did a lot of writing and a lot of reading and a lot of decision making where that was very closely to narrative. Artwork being second rank, my second highest rank, no surprise there. It was all hand drawn, and I'm not saying I'm the best artist ever. So I appreciate that because I mean, obviously I think the higher artwork thing, like I've noticed pixel stuff gets a lot more credit. More cleaner 2D style art gets a lot of credit too, where you can see lighting and shading and stuff. So this is technically the first game I've ever had available to download. It's the first game jam I have ever done. This is the first time I've actually completed a game. And I think saying that out loud is wild to me. And to say that I got 316 out of 9,000 entries is I don't know how more reassuring that can be. I am going to take that and everything that I learned, not only from my game, but playing other games in this game jam, I'm going to apply so much to the demo that I'm working on. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I hope it showed you something. I hope you learned something. I hope it gives you the motivation to try something new, because I tried this with not a lot of experience. Less than a year of Godot experience led me to competing in a game jam. I am going to rest still probably in another week or so to have a really good update for my demo based off of what I've learned in my game jam so far. I had a really big idea for my demo, and then I lessened it very, very small. And now I'm going to expand on that just a little bit. I'm going to be uploading that on my itch.io page as well. So you know, if there's another game jam I compete in, or, you know, something else that I upload, like, it will all be in the same place. So, man, it's Malik Childish. If you haven't, go check out Wake Up. The link will be in the description. Like I said, I'm about to go rest. I'm out, man. Two.